The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. I don't mind telling you, many of us were hit hard by the whole Johnny Cuba incident. It may not have seemed like it from my last story, but despite the brevity of his stay, he made quite the impact. He lured us in with his charming personality, and the stories he told were just so fascinating. In hindsight, one has to wonder if any of them were true. I confess, our pride was hurt more than our feelings. We all felt like fools for being deceived so easily, none more so than the Peel Godred chaps. On that note, one thing I will say about Cuba is his commitment to duplicity. The entire time he was on the branch, he was a proactive and helpful worker, whose assistance transformed the line into a model of efficiency. So his doing a runner really put a dent in their performance. Once more, the Fat Controller leapt into action, only this time he requested a very specific engine, Molly. Having her back on the island is just what the doctor ordered. She proved every bit as invaluable to the branch as her fraudulent forebear, with the added bonus being we knew we could trust her. And a few weeks before New Year, some old acquaintances were remade. I ran coal trains across Wales for a few years before being transferred to the Midlands, where I mostly did goods work, and my last assignment was being a temporary banker on the Lickey Incline. You worked at Lickey? Bust my buffers, that must have been tough. You better believe it. Going up a 137.7 gradient over 2 miles every day really puts your pistons to the test. I thought Lickey had a special banker. What was it called? Big Bertha. It was scrapped back in '56 and replaced with a 9F. That 9F went in for maintenance earlier this year, and they needed a tender engine to cover. How long were you there? 2 months, but it felt like 2 years. Let me tell you, I'll never complain about going up hills again. Then I'll make sure not to whinge about them when you're around. You I'll make an exception for. It's great seeing you again, Eric. You too. And thanks for bringing these down. The lads on the branch were wondering about this. They thought the track on your branch had been upgraded already. It has. This is for the China clay pits at Brindham. They're going to reopen them. Really? After all these years? We were surprised too, but it was a good money maker back in the day, so why not? Let's hope lightning strikes twice then. What lightning? Is a storm coming? Never mind. Hello, boys. Hello, Eric. How's the girlfriend? Who? Molly, Eric. Oh, no, she's not my girlfriend. Did she dump you? No. You dumped her? No one dumped no one. We were never together. We decided we were better off as friends. Mutual breakup. No question. Oh, crikey, Adam. Are you all right? Yes, I'm fine. Just a slight cough. There was nothing slight about it, mate. Sound like you were about to hock up a lung. We don't have lungs. I know that, Eric. It's a figure of speech. What's there to figure out? Never mind. If that lot's for the pits, go shun it in siding 3. Will do. See you later. Fizzling fuses. How dumb can you get? Come on, Bruce. Don't be like that. He can't help. Oh, blimey. That wasn't slight neither. You're not about to keel over, are you? Perish the thought. Something must be caught in my smoke box. Nothing a good shovel can't fix. Thanks for your concern. Don't mistake the intention, mate. If you turned your wheels up, I might have to do your work on top of my own. Oh, you're such a good friend. I know. What in blazes? Oh, so sorry, mate. I didn't mean to scare you. Been having trouble with my whistle. That's all right. I'm sorry. Who are you? I'm Bill. I'm here to work on the China clay pits. Where can I find them? Back that way around the bend about a quarter mile up. Thanks very much. I'll get going. And sorry for waking you. Not to worry. What a nice chap. And back to sleep I go. What Oh, so sorry, mate. I didn't mean to scare you. Been having trouble with my whistle. Is this some sort of joke, Bill? Bill? My name's Ben. See? Says right there. What? You alright, mate? Just a tad confused. I could have sworn. Oh, never mind. Ben, you say? That's right. I'm here to work on the chine clay pits. Where can I find them? Back that way, around the bend, a quarter mile up. Thanks very much. I better hop to it. Sorry for waking you. See you later. Goodbye. Fizzling fireboxes. I must be losing my marbles. What the? Oh, so sorry, mate. Hang on. Are there two of you? No, mate, there's only one of us. You're just seeing double. Wait, Bill and Ben. I might have known. You've heard of us? Yes. You're rather infamous around the industrial scene. A pair of incorrigible pranksters. Sounds about right. I see. Let me give you chaps some friendly advice. We enjoy a good laugh on Sodor, but not as much as a good job. If you two hope to have a future on this island, you'd best get your priorities right, especially given the deplorable state of the pits. How bad are they? They had to close years ago due to flooding and have been left to rot. The site is so overgrown with trees and shrubs it could pass for a forest. I can only imagine the wretched state the trackbed must be in. A lot of work is going to be needed to make that place commercially viable. I hope you're up to the task. Don't worry, we are, and we know our limits when it comes to playing jokes. So we're real sorry for tricking you the way we did. We didn't mean any harm, mister. That's quite all right. And don't call me mister. My name is Edward. In that case, Edward, yes? My buffers! This place is coming along nicely. You two have done a great job. Tell us something we don't know. I met Queen Victoria. Wait, what? That's something you don't know. How much longer until they start mining? Another 3 or 4 months at least. They have to dig all new tunnels since the old ones were so shoddy, but they need brand new support beams to do that. There should be a load down at the harbour. Could you go get them? Why can't you? They've got men working on the shafts right now. We need to be nearby in case of emergencies. How can they be working on the shafts without support beams? Word to the wise, if you're trying to con someone into doing your work, make sure you have your story straight. See you around. That was your fault. If you let me do the talking, you'd have cocked it up faster. Would not, would to, would not, would to. Whatever, now we have to fetch the beams. Go get them. No, you go. It was your idea to con someone else to do it. Was not, was to, was not, was to. Cheeky devils! Reminds me of me and Donnie back in our youth. You tried to dupe others into doing your work? No, but we pulled the odd prank. All in perfect innocence, you understand. Let's hope their tomfoolery is much the same. I don't want to be looking over my boiler every time they roll into the yard. I'm too old to be paranoid. Right, that's me. See you later. Adam, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. Just having a bit of trouble starting. More than a bit. You want to push? No, I should be... Were you feeling any pain or discomfort? Slight, but I've had worse. And this cough you had before New Year? Again, I've had worse. Did you have your crew look you over at any point? No, maybe I should have. Hindsight is 20/20, they say. In any case, you're here now. We'll check you out and see what we can find. Leave it to us. They're about ready to administer the green water. You good to go? Yep, put me under. Those airline cracks are disturbing, but maybe... It's not going to work. We weld them over, we'll have to replace his springs. You're absolutely sure? There's no doubt, sir. Oh, no. Sir Topham? Ah, Adam, you're awake. How do you feel? A little groggy and very sore, but otherwise... Wait a minute, I'm in a different... Back of the shed? What'd they find? Adam? Sir, they don't call the back of the shed the dead spot for nothing. What did they find? Metal fatigue. How bad? Very bad. So bad it was dangerous moving you here. But don't worry, I'll be speaking to head office about giving you an overhaul. They still feel indebted to us over the whole Johnny Cuba incident, so I'm certain they'll... Adam, are you listening? Sir Topham? I request the final firing. You what? He what? That's absurd. Can't you talk him out of it, sir? I spent 2 hours trying, but his mind's made up. And the law is very clear on this matter. A non-faceless vehicle's right to end their life is absolute. I have to oblige this request. We can talk to him, sir. He's probably just feeling a little down. Whatever he's got. Metal fatigue. Sir? He has metal fatigue. An advanced case of it too. The workmen are saying it's a miracle he didn't break down sooner. How long does he have? If left untreated, a few months. Even if he is treated, you all know the odds of survival. In light of these details, his decision can hardly be called irrational, don't you think? We had to begrudgingly agree. Metal fatigue are 2 words a non-faceless vehicle never wants to hear. The equivalent of a terminal illness, metal fatigue is an accumulation of cracks caused by excessive strain. The only effective treatment is a complete overhaul, which is both expensive and time-consuming. To make matters worse, fatigue-ridden vehicles often die during these procedures. These risks are very well known, so it's no surprise most opt for the final firing. This by no means makes it any easier. Word quickly spread about Adam's condition and the choice he'd made. Needless to say, this was a very divisive topic. Some wanted him to take the overhaul, while others respected his right to die. One thing we all agreed on was wanting to see him, but the works isn't like a hospital with visiting hours. We were racked with anxiety, wondering what our additional number 3 was thinking. Mickey wasn't allowed to tell us, which made things worse. Fortunately, Toby was afforded the chance to get Adam's insight, and I have to say, it would be a mixed blessing. Morning, Adam. Hello, Toby. What are you doing here? They're changing one of my axles. I should be out by this afternoon. Unlike me. Yes, your condition has caused quite a stir. Where do you sit on the matter? I'm reminded of the time my boiler burst back during the days of the Big Four. The time Diesel tried to pick up livestock from Mongrel McCall. He was so ticked off by that. Good to hear. Anyway, I thought for sure I was done for. I'd either be forced into retirement or scrapped after a final firing. But thanks to Mr. Starr, I got a new lease on life. So you think I should try the overhaul? I don't know. My boiler didn't blow because of metal fatigue. I think what most of us want to be sure is you're not being too hasty about this. In the beginning, I thought I might be. But given how extensive the fatigue is, how extensive are we talking? It'd be quicker to tell you where they didn't find it. An overhaul would be too expensive. What if the funds were available? Even if they were, how much longer would I be able to go on? I'm 75, you know. I'm older than that, and Neil, Clive, and Matthew are older still. I don't know about them, but I won't be choosing the final firing anytime soon. Is that because you haven't considered the future? What do you mean? Toby, the days of steam are done. BR is pumping out diesels like there's no tomorrow. I hear they'll be rolling out some mainline models this year. I know we won't be withdrawn and scrapped like the faceless engines, but how much longer do you think it'll be before it becomes impractical to support us? We can't go on forever. Sooner or later, our time will come. This is my time, and I choose to go out this way. Do you understand? Yes, Adam, I do. Sounds like he's put a lot of thought into it. I'm thinking since before this happened, he did raise some good points too. How much longer do we really have, Edward? If you're so concerned, why don't you all go for a final firing? Because you're not stupid. So anyone who wants to die is stupid in your book, Bruce? If they flat out refuse the options available to them? Yes. Even when those options have a low chance of success? From what you've told us, you had a few low chances of success during the war. That didn't stop you from fighting. This isn't the same thing. Oh no? What's the difference between facing down bullets and a serious illness? You can die in either case, but you fight them regardless. Not everyone who fights wins, Bruce. We didn't all come back, but enough of you did, including Adam. I don't get why he wants to die after surviving a war. Why are you so determined he not do this, Bruce? I've always thought of Adam as my best friend. When I first came to Sodor, he really warmed up to me. He showed me the ropes, and it's largely thanks to him I got over my prejudice of steamies. I always felt like I owed him, but now when he needs help the most, I can't do anything. It's infuriating, old chap, but when I was in France, I learned a phrase that perfectly encapsulates most matters. C'est la vie. That's life. And it's bollocks. When's he gonna do it? This Thursday, and he's requested you two be there when it happens. He has? The Fat Controller said it would be impractical to allow everyone to see him, but he's willing to let you two go if you want. I want. Me too. And maybe we can bring someone else along. Thanks for being here. It's our pleasure, old boy. So it'll be your pleasure to watch me go? No. I mean, oh, very good. I taught him well. More like I taught you. Yeah, you did. Adam, you're not going to try and talk me out of this, are you? I would. Thing is, it'd sound too much like begging. You begging? That hardly befits a middy. My sentiments exactly. Mr. Zorro? Hello! What a lovely surprise! How are you? Exceptional. I beat my cancer and have been enjoying this new lease on life. That's wonderful, sir. Congratulations. I hope you don't think any less of me for my decision here. Never. I'm not particularly fond of it, truth be told, but I respect it. And you should too, Bruce. I don't know if I can. After all you've done for me, you don't owe me anything, Bruce. You never have. I was proud to call you my co-worker and my friend. And it was a pleasure serving under you, Mr. Zorro, and you, Sir Topham. And Edward, it was an honor being commanded by you. The honor was mine, old boy. Sir Topham, we're ready. You're absolutely sure, Adam? Yes, sir, I am. All right, I'm ready. Sir Topham, would you kindly give the word? Gentlemen, pour it in. Goodbye. At least he went peacefully. What's so flippin' funny about that?
Nothing. I was just thinking about the time me and him were at Wellsworth when we had to watch that train with the flare on it.
From the whole Wendell incident?
That's it. He told me what tactical and strategic meant. Then I went ahead and set off the flare.
Oh yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. But of all the nor'easters, he liked you the most.
He did? Why?
He said you always meant well. Just like Colin. Just like Colin. And Lily. That's all of them. The Wellsworth and Sudbury Railway is gone. But not forgotten, Douglas. Not while there are those who remember it. You're so right, sir. How are the others coping? They're expectedly sad. I've told them if they ever need help, Mickey and myself are available to talk. I want to give you that assurance too. I might take you up on that, sir. Whatever you need, Bruce. How about you, sir? How are you feeling? Downcast like the rest of you? That wasn't the first time I've seen a final firing. It wasn't even the 7th, but it doesn't get any easier. Somewhat like decision-making. What do you mean, sir? I'm sorry to have to do this so soon, but Adam's passing has left a vacancy on this branch line's roster, and with the workload expected to pick up, we can't afford to leave it empty. It's all right, sir. We thought this might happen. Well, that's a relief. You're taking this a lot better than the mainline crew. What's it got to do with them, sir? I'll be bringing Donald over to this branch. You will, sir? An excellent decision if I may say so. Donnie's been keeping secrets. He wouldn't have known until half an hour ago, Douglas. I've just come straight from Knapford to tell him and the mainline fleet about this transfer. This didn't upset them so much as word of the engine that'll be replacing him. Why's that, sir? We too were slightly alarmed by what Sir Topham had to say, but that's a story for another day. About a week after his death, a memorial was held for Adam. Eulogies were given and many tears were shed. His remains were taken to the scrapyard and melted down. It was hard losing him, but we got over it with time and help from each other. And as the Fat Controller said, he and his fellow Wellsworth and Sudbury friends were not forgotten. In fact, I still have one more story to tell about them and the heroic actions of one of its brake bands, but that too is for another day.